Hello, loves. Welcome to Fifth Dimension. So, for today's reading, I want to take a look at your spark energy. So, essentially, like your creative powerhouse. I want to know what's going on there, anything that we need to know, as well as any messages about any creative projects that you are currently working on or pursuing that we might need to know something about. So I'm going to pull one card per pile, and you will decide which one is yours. Okay, so for pile number 1, we have card 31, Believe, with the message of strange encounters. For pile number 2, we have card 35, Never Jam Today, with the message of promises that never come to be, empty words, not living in the now. And for pile number 3, we have card 34, Impossible Things, working through disbelief, imaginative leaps, fresh perspective. So it's interesting. Oh, never mind. I'm lying. I thought we had gotten card 33, 34, and 35, but no, I lied. All right, loves, go ahead and choose which card you feel most drawn to, and I will see you at your pile. Hi, pile number 1. So I have some decks here that I am going to, sorry, I didn't realize. Let me do that. Okay. Let's go ahead and pull some cards for you, pile number 1. Any messages in regards to your creativity, your spark energy. Pile number 1. Nope, that's too many. Just one, please. Excuse me. Okay, last deck. Pile number 1's energy, creative energy, messages. Creative energy. Okay. Alright. So we have the card Thunder. Sorry, I'm not sure if there we go. That's a bit of a better focus. We have the card of Roots of Abundance. Take time to breathe out. And then there's Victory. All right, so you originally had a card of Believe, Strange Encounters. I feel like, I don't know about the strange encounters, but the message of Believe, I feel like the challenge at hand when it comes to your creative energy is belief. Belief in what you can grow, what perhaps a bit of confusion as well as far as what it is that you should be creating. But it feels like there has been seeds sown into creating a shift into the energy of belief versus the energy of doubt when it comes to what it is that you are capable, not only capable of creating, but that you feel you should be pursuing, okay? I feel like there has been like a breaking of a belief system, that may have created a bit of unsteadiness, may have, like the word uproar, like something that came out into the open and created some sort of disturbance, discomfort. So currently I feel like there's been something, whatever it is in regards to your creative energy, your spark, whatever it is that you were trying to create, whether it is something physical and tangible that you're trying to get your hands on, or if it is something that you are creating through thought and imagination that you are just waiting on it to appear into your life as you would have it, right? However, there's a strong feeling of not being able to see it. I'll see it when I believe it, is the energy that's coming through. A little bit of, it feels like juggling between pessimism and optimism. The roots have been planted. The seeds have begun to grow. There has not been either the physical manifestation, or you have not received in your hand what it is that you are trying to create, okay? Like you're not in the experience of it currently, but there's something that you're aiming for, that you're wanting to experience, if that's the case, right? Take it either one, however it applies. But I see like the guidance being to relieve pressure. And I feel like this is a repeated message, right, that comes through a lot during tarot, is when there's something that you want so badly, it's like counterintuitive, the amount of focus and energy that you put into it because you want it so badly. But at the same time, it's like, okay, that's fine that you want it so badly and that you're focusing on how much you want it. But at the same time, there's like the underlying energy of the lack of it that is interfering. It's like weighing it down, stopping it in its tracks. It's like slowing the growth, the progression, the receiving of. Therefore, the message of the take time to breathe out, release some of the pressure is the message that I'm getting, because I do see this creative endeavor being something that is successful, whatever that may be in your situation or in your perception as successful. However, there is a strong sense of delay in what you are creating, and it sort of feels like if it's not, it may be outside circumstances, but at the same time, if it is, there's the message of, hey, like what's out of your control is out of your control. So don't put energy and stress into like, I wish I could control this, because if I could control this, this and this would be different. That's wasted energy, right? So if it is outside circumstances, being in a place of acceptance of things out of your control, if it's something that you are creating because you just desire something so heavily, you know what I mean, then release the pressure of the lack of it, of the awareness of looking around you and realizing over and over, why is it still not here? Why can I still not see it? Why hasn't this thing grown? I'm looking at it, I'm pouring into it, I'm putting energy into it, and why hasn't it grown? Okay, that's sort of the message that I'm getting. Sorry. All right, let's go ahead and get a little bit more messages about pile number 1. Okay. Maybe I should get one for that main energy also. Okay. So for the main energy, we have the Six of Swords. Yes, this is trying to push yourself away from the energy of doubt, but there's still a lot of swords there, right? There's a lot of awareness to those thoughts. But I do feel the little battle of you trying to like, no, 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 I'm not going to go down that path of the river. I'm going to allow myself to believe that I'm headed in the right direction to what I want, okay? The energy of thunder, clarified by Page of Pentacles and the Chariot. The roots of abundance, clarified by the Page of Swords. Take time to breathe out, clarified by the Queen of Wands. And the card of victory, clarified by the energy of death. So, one by one, the energy of thunder, the discomfort, the confusion, the uncertainty, the battle between back and forth of belief, doubt, within yourself. Like I said, there's growth happening underneath. It's all energetic, right? It's something that you can't see. However, to clarify the energy of the thunder, it does feel like polar opposites. It's a push and pull that's sort of being created, because this is the only one that came out with two cards. The Page of Pentacles kind of feels in this energy like the energy of a lot of overthought that is creating a standstill in some sort of movement. So this may be on your part, something that you're doing to delay physically, like not doing something that's going to benefit you, or not taking an action that is required in order for that is something to be aware of if it applies to you, right? And then we have the Chariot, which is the card of movement. It is the card of, hey, whatever it is that you've been waiting for, there is this preparedness for this anticipation. It just feels like a lot of energy. The energy of confusion and doubt and anticipation. This makes sense as to why it feels like thunder, right? There's a lot. I'm going to say this is mentally, but also energetically. You may be feeling like there's a herd, right? I'm stomping over your brain or something. Okay, with the Page of Swords again. So page coming out, it just gives me like chill, like baby steps, everything in its time. Like you're trying to jump from A to Z, you know? Well, maybe not A to Z. You're closer to Z than anything. But having the awareness and the anticipation, the preparedness is the right energy that you should be in. The energy of, hey, it's coming, it's on its way. Or the growth that I'm expecting. It's in, what's the word? There's some word that I'm looking for. Inevitable. That's the word. The thoughts, the Page of Swords, the energy of the direction of your thoughts and how they are either watering or, you're either watering the cup of growth or you're watering the cup of lack and doubt, right? Either way, you're pouring water one way or another when it comes to your thoughts. So a guidance message on having a strong awareness, like be keeping a, like maybe every hour or so, just as a practice, right? Do however it feels right for you, but just checking in with yourself and being like, where are my frame of thoughts going? You know what I mean? Am I watering this or am I watering that? And if it's towards the negative, then how can I correct it? What can I do? Can I stop entertain, like mental diet, right? You know what I mean? It feels like this is strong about mental diet. And it's a message of what it is that you consume. Are you consuming belief in yourself? Or are you consuming doubt? Are you consuming the knowing that even if I can't see it yet, even if I don't have it yet, even if the growth isn't happening currently in the now, the understanding that it is absolutely, something is absolutely working, something is growing, even though I can't see it, I don't doubt it, okay? That sort of flip. Take time to breathe out, and then the Queen of Wands. This feels just like alignment. Because the queen, she carries her staff, her wand, her ability to personify that who asserts a direction, takes an action without the fear, without the doubt, without the hesitation. This is somebody in stability, right? The energy of stability. So the guidance when it comes to taking time to breathe out is just like really grounding your energy and putting yourself into a place of alignment to where you don't feel all bobbly with your energy, thoughts, feelings, emotions, right? Really grounding that, really like honing in and being like, I am strong. That sort of energy. This is the energy of strength. Being able to calm yourself down. Being able to regulate your own nervous system without needing anything outside of you to direct that energy. Because this wands, right? This is creative energy at its big creative energy. So as big as your creative energy is the amount of strength that's underlying within it. So you're being guided here to hone in on that strength. Really empower that alignment. And then victory here with death. This feels like there's an expectation of an experience that is different to that which you have previously experienced. I hope that makes sense. So there's this underlying expectation that you're trying to overcome and no longer experience the negative thing. Like there's steps that you're putting in. You're hoping to now, brand new, as a renewed version of yourself, experience the opposite of whatever was previous. That's what this feels like. This feels like coming out of a previous belief, which is, I think, something that I said in the beginning, like you're breaking free of previous belief systems in regards to you yourself. I mean, technically it could be belief systems about the world around you and how it works, but it strongly feels like something personal to you. There's something that you personally have done to dismantle that currently, which is leading you towards exactly what you're trying to do, towards some sort of opposite experience that feels beautiful, victorious, successful, happy, joyful, right? Yeah. Let me go ahead and pull you some additional cards before closing off your reading. I hope this reading is resonating with you, pile one. Let's go ahead and get you some additional guidance cards. Guidance for pile one in regards to their spark. Let's do this other deck. The guidance messages for pile number one. Additional, oops. Well, that's three. I'll take them. Okay. So your animal messages are, dear spirit, bring a gentle touch. That's going to be like the energy of the take time to breathe out. Remember? Relax the energy. Flamingo spirit, embrace the in-between. Yes. Brown bear spirit, take time out. Yes, exactly. Take time out. That's a double message for you, okay? And then we have Oracle, wait for important information. Absolutely, it's still the same energy of taking time out, release. Release the expectation or release the pressure and action that you're pushing into it. There may be something that you're doing. And it just feels like you're trying to force something by more action. No, they're telling you to chill out. High priest, intend and create. That is the energy of the Queen of Wands that I was saying. This is someone who puts out the intention and then takes the action to do it. This is the energy to lead yourself guiding forward versus the energy of, is it going to happen? Can it happen? What if I still need to do this? What if I am not ready yet? What if all of those things, right? This is no. This is being in the energy of the knowing and then creating from that place. And then we have Water Guardian, connect with your emotions. This feels like an additional like cherry on top for the message in regards to stabilizing your energy, remember? Yes, water being the energy of emotions. There's that additional like nod to stabilizing that energy. So align yourself, loves. This is an everyday thing. This is an every moment by moment thing. So although it's kind of like a repetitive message that comes up in tarot, just a reminder, right? That, hey, it's moment to moment that you are intending to shift these energies around, because all we have is the present. So whatever you did yesterday that you might think, oh no, that must have ruined, I was in a negative mood all day, no, don't think about that. Just, okay, yesterday was yesterday. Today, this is where I can create the shift. Okay, right now in this moment. But yeah, that's what I got for you, loves. I hope you resonated with your messages. If you did, I would love it if you'd let me know. Until next time. Hi, pile 2. So, bad news. I was in the middle of almost finishing your reading when I realized that there was something going on with the camera. Long story short, part of it didn't even record, so here I am restarting the reading. Now, I do want to mention, if you chose this card, if I had to like summarize the message that was coming out from the other cards, I would say that there was a strong message of feeling dissatisfaction or disappointment within your own creative pursuits. Feeling like there was a lot of energy being poured and not feeling appreciation, acknowledgement, growth, whatever, support, all of those things. And the strong message coming through about something that you are trying to rush. You're trying to like force something to happen before it's ready to happen, and it's just like there's just no way around the timing on this. Like it's something that needs to be allowed to happen at its own pace. Okay, that's really all I can say. All right, let's try to get new cards, and hopefully I don't get discouraged because I have already done this reading. So, messages about pile 2, creative messages in regards to the current creative energy, creative endeavors, guidance, clarity, any messages. Okay. Oh my god, I'm trying to not. Pile number 2. Alright. Pile number 2. Oh. I will take those. Okay. Alright, so pile number 2. Let's see what messages come out for you currently. We have the woman holding a heart, the owl, the earth keeper. Sorry if they're not focused. Nothing is yet set in stone with the mutable moon. Broken open. Card 28. Card 26, great big love. The energy is coming through of, as far as like similar to the previous one, is this just big energy. There's big energy. There's a lot put into this, and there's something very, like, it feels like it's big. Like you're trying to like really anchor in some aspect that you're wanting to experience something completely turned over. It's like big anticipation, big desire placed in here. Feels like there's a lot of momentum behind it already, which makes the other energy understandable of all that anticipation, that wanting, like, you know, like now, that sort of vibe. Now, this time around, it feels like there's a little bit more clarity in regards to the previous message of it coming through. That was sort of giving the vibe of like you're wanting something to develop, to materialize before it's ready to materialize. It's not time currently, and although you desire this to sorry, I'm having a trouble with words, although because I'm not sure exactly what this is, and this could be different things. So there's something that you want to experience, I'll just put it that way. There's a lot of desire behind that wanting to experience. However, again, like I said, there's a need to understand that you currently not having it in the present moment right now as you're listening to this reading is not for lack of effort and energy that you've been putting in that direction. It's not because of anything that you've done that you don't currently have this in your experience. I just need you to understand that it's coming through very strongly. It is something outside of you. It's something outside of you. It's just something that is beyond your current ability to perceive. But it sort of feels like something that needs to either align itself or ground itself or mature before, okay? So again, there although there may be a strong energy of like dissatisfaction, disappointment with anticipation for wanting something to move along, strong message coming through that everything is in process as it needs to be. There may be fears coming up about like, I'm running out of time for this to happen. If this doesn't happen now, then blah, blah, blah. There's a fear at the end tail of that, okay? And I need you to remove your focus from that end tail, because right here, nothing is yet set in stone. You're deciding in your mind that there's this alternate ending that you're like headed towards, that you don't want to end up in that direction, if that makes sense. Like there's this alternate ending that you have a fear of ending up in, that you don't want that to be the ending. You want the opposite, which is why there's this sense of like dissatisfaction. Okay, all right, I'm gonna leave that there because I feel like I've repeated myself a good amount of times. All right, anyways, let's get some clarifiers. Clarify the main energy. We have the 10 of Cups. I thought I saw something else flip. Oh, okay. Clarify woman holding a heart. No, it's too many. Clarify woman holding a heart. Just one. We have the 6 of Cups. The Owl. Oh, there it is. Quickly. The Fool. Yeah, new perspective. There needs to be a new perspective. There needs to be new insight, new information, new something. Like, everything's in process, I feel, and you can't force step 2 before step 1. And it feels like there's something in beginning processes that needs to launch in order for this to unravel, okay? Let's clarify that nothing is yet set in stone. One, please. Nothing is yet set in stone. Clarify this energy. Something flipped. We have the World. Interesting. Yeah, that's the energy of an ending, of a complete cycle. There's something that you're just like anticipating, a fear of like, well, what if this cycle closes through and I didn't get to something, okay? That's just a fear. It's not realistic. So understanding that there is no alternate ending. You just need to stay focused in your desired state, desired choice of experience. Okay, we have the devil here with the earth keeper, something that's kind of like distracting groundedness towards this distracting growth. That's within your energy though, and I can definitely say that those thoughts that I was telling you, that fear of the alternate ending that you don't want to experience, there's thoughts that are keeping you from grounding that energy, that it feels like self-sabotage thoughts. You need to tame those, my love. We have the sun, clarifying great big love. Nothing but good stuff going on here, babe. Nothing but good stuff. Clarify, broken open. Nine of Swords. Yeah, a little bit. Okay. You've been at this for a while. You're like, when the hell? When the hell is this fully going to be in my grasp? Okay. We get this. We get this. You've been at this for a while. You've been putting in the work. You have a lot of heart energy, which is like emotional weight, really anchored in, invested into what feels like a shift from one way of living to another, like going from black and white to in color. It's something big, okay? It's the same thing that I was getting in the energy. There's so much desire packed behind this, which is why there's this like doom fear of this alternate ending, and then that makes you in turn feel like I need this now, hurry, before. That's self-sabotage, okay? That's self-sabotage. You don't ever go and stand over the little pot of your plant and like tell it all day, like, hurry up, come on, are you there yet? When's it happening? Are you gonna do it today? Are you gonna do it in an hour? Are you gonna do it next week? You know, like, you don't put all that pressure into growth. Like, things grow differently. Like, one seed may grow, one seed may not. One seed may grow a little sooner, the other one a little bit differently. Like, you do, depending on what this is. If this is separate things, then they may unfold in different paces. However, I feel like this is one big thing that you're just wanting to, like, at least see evidence of it unfolding. But that's when the energy of patience comes in, okay? Sorry, did I even... Yeah. There's this, like, nostalgic feeling that you're trying to get back to. And this, like, anticipation to experience what feels like what would be like your happy ending. At least that's what you strongly believe, right? You're still putting the energy in though, despite the weariness. And I give you props for that. Okay, sorry. All right, before I start repeating myself over and over, please give me additional closing messages for pile number 2. Closing messages for pile number 2. With this great big love in the sun, I'm getting the message of things are good now. There's so much that you have to be grateful for currently. And if your focus isn't there, that is only delaying whatever processes are needed to happen, okay? Frequency is everything, pile number 2. So what are frequencies that we're putting out? Our thoughts, our feelings. The biggest frequency in the 3D that matters is obviously your actions. But in this case, this feels like a lot of misalignment in your mental. Mostly mental, but there is some very slight, like, emotional. But I feel like you're actually... Yeah, because pile number 1 felt like there was like a little bit of emotional in rockiness in their emotions as well. But this one feels like, okay, for the most part, you actually have a really strong hold on your emotions. It's the thoughts that are a little bit wobbly. All right, Sage, be devoted and committed. Yes, stay strong. Stay anchored, okay? Right here. Stay focused. Stay focused on the prize. Stay focused on the experience. Stay focused on the present. Then we have Hunter. Track down your fears and desires, okay? So have the awareness that as much desire you have to experience something, that subconsciously there's a big fear of not having that thing, okay? And then pay attention to where you're focusing the direction of your energy. A protection guardian, drop your shields. I feel like this is in regards to like, I feel like there's a part of you that's sort of like preparing yourself for being disappointed. There's this like, even if it's like a subconscious thing where there's like, again, there was that energy of self-sabotage coming through with the devil. And that may be what it is. Where it says drop your shields, there's like something in you that's like, ugh, like just kind of like, it's thoughts. It definitely feels like thoughts, like your thoughts were like try to direct you to a different, like, okay, well, what can I, if this thing doesn't come through, manifest, appear, grow, whatever, then you start to think of alternate routes, like, okay, like kind of in preparation for yourself to not end up, like to end up again in dissatisfaction. Let's not do that, okay? Let's stay focused in the desired outcome. Don't doubt yourself, okay? Card 51, Sandpiper Spirit, be playful. Owl Spirit, you'll see clearly now. You got Owl Spirit twice, so that's double message for you, okay? Owl energy, however that resonates with you, but you could also like look up owl messages or whatever you'd like, okay? Then we have Elephant Spirit, learn from the past. Yes, I feel like that is something that you're doing. You're trying to rewrite your past. So be aware that when you're feeling in moments of despair, when it comes to your dissatisfaction or currently not having something, to reflect on your past and how far that you've come, okay? Shift the frequency to gratitude, to where you currently are, and the openness to receive more of that good stuff, okay? All right, loves, that's what I got for you. Until we vibe again. Hi, pile 3. If you chose impossible things, working through disbelief, imaginative leaps, fresh perspective. So in comparison to pile 1 and 2, this energy feels like, okay, you've overcome what pile 1 and 2 are currently still trying to trek through. It feels like you've overcome yourself as an obstacle. And so there's a little bit of leverage here. You're a little bit ahead, like there was a, oh, never mind. There was like something, an example, a metaphor, or something coming through of a bird getting ahead of the wind gust and being able to like relax into the gust and not work as hard. And then I kind of got the vibe of a wave too, of like a fish riding, or like that turtle, right? From Nemo, that's the perfect example. From that movie, Finding Nemo. Remember the little turtles? They ride the, I forget what it's called. It's essentially like a flow, right? Okay, that's where I feel you are. I feel like the other 2 piles are at different places in trying to access the flow line. And I feel like you've discovered the flow line. All right. So your creative energy feels like flow, versus the other 2 felt a little bit still, like they're wobbly. They're wobbly. All right, pile number 3. Messages in regards to their creative energy. I was doubting myself right there. Let's get one more. One more from this stack. Oh, there you are. Okay. Last deck. Messages for pile number 3 in regards to... Okay, we'll leave it there. Okay, let's check out your cards. You have Bring Love into the Situation, New Moon in Aquarius, the Tree of Life, card number 5, Attachment, card number 32, Door to Spirit, and card number 1 with Earth Magic. It's time for you to see growth. It's time for you to see Like there's something coming to fruition for you. There's something that is like a barrier that you've gone past, which is again giving me the vibe of you're further along. The door opened for you, in other words. You're to the flow. It's like the door open for you. You just take the step in. You're in the flow. However, there is the energy of attachment and the lack of... There's a word I'm looking for. There's something that you're not giving credit. There's a lack of credit. There's a lack of credit that you're giving yourself. There's a guidance to take a pause and give yourself credit where credit is due, okay? I feel like this is important. It's important to remain in the flow. Yes, okay. Give yourself credit for what it took for you to get into the alignment, to be able to find yourself in this place that now there are creative potentials. Now I'm going to move this way because this energy of attachment, it almost feels like disbelief. Did I really do it? Did I really make it to where I thought I was going? Did I really find what there's still like a disconnect, like you're waiting for something to catch up, and I don't know what that means, but it feels like a false perspective of something you previously believed about yourself, about your life, about what experiences you felt yourself worthy of having. Now I'm just acknowledging that in case you don't have awareness. Now I don't have a strong gauge on whether you're fully aware of this attachment energy currently. But yeah, it just feels like disbelief. Like, is this... Maybe even looking back. Because I'm getting the sense for some of you, it's like disbelief of like, am I really here now? Is this really the life I've created? Is this really like where I've come? Like, am I really here in the place that I've been trying to build for myself and experience myself in this surroundings, right? So for some of you, it's that like a little bit of disbelief, like, whoa, like I really, like I'm living a different life from what I used to. And there's a need to offer yourself a sense of giving yourself credit for that. Like I said, right? Give yourself credit. But for others of you, I feel like it's like looking back and being like, whoa, like I really did trek through all of that just now, right? Okay, anyways, let's clarify. Okay, so actually we got two cards for the first one. We have the Eight of Cups and then the Three of Cups. So those are the opposite energies, feeling like disappointment and then feeling celebration, feeling alone, feeling in company, feeling defeated, feeling joyful. Okay, so maybe that is where this like disconnect, or maybe you're just coming from one and you're just shifted into a polar opposite energy, and that's where the disbelief. But it feels like it's okay, like where you're coming from is this, but that this is not your reality anymore. This is the current reality you've stepped into. Earth magic. Clarify the earth magic. Now this is the like quintessential card of creation and creative energy. It is the planting of the seed, the belief in it, the watering of it, the repetition, right? The consistency in that, which is where the magic is. It is the consistency in keeping the frequency of the belief that whatever you just planted will grow. Now, you have the Three of Pentacles, which is a little nod, a little confirmation of that energy. They're both earth energies. It's movement. It is results. Clarify, bring love into the situation. Oh, we got two, and I didn't even notice. Okay, so yeah, the Eight of Swords, the Seven of Wands. You're still not seeing yourself for your current, or you're not allowing yourself to see something, to believe something, to accept something. It just feels like inner conflict. It may be emotional stuff, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, but it could just be thoughts, which is why the message was here to bring love into the situation. There's like things you need to tame within yourself. But you would know. It's if you feel restricted, if you feel stuck, if you feel defensive or backed in a corner, right? Like acknowledging those feelings when it comes to your creative energy, what it is that you're creating for yourself, okay? And pour a little bit of love into that. Now, attachment. We have the Five of Cups. Okay, so there's another five. Five. Attachment, Five of Cups. They're honestly both the same energy. So if this is a double message for you, it is that there is some dwelling in either who you perceive yourself to be in the past, or some dwelling in something that you experienced in the past that you're not allowing yourself to. Let me get a clarity on this. What is this energy interfering with? Pile 3. The Four of Cups. The Nine of Pentacles. So all of these energies are giving me the opposite of this, which is again kind of giving me the vibe of, where was I saying that you have there's something where you're not giving yourself credit for, that in the energy, like you're seeing yourself as something in the past. All of these energies are giving like not seeing yourself for your worth, not seeing yourself as being worthy of something, of receiving perhaps in its general sense, but it could be of something specific. Take that only and however it resonates. The Tree of Life. That's something that's strongly coming through. So I do want to acknowledge that there is energy, attachment energy to something in your past, whether old feelings, old thoughts, old perspectives of yourself, of your life, of your worthiness, whatever. Something that's coming through strongly when it comes to your creative energy. Let's just not allow that to take life, okay? Because where you are headed to, or currently stepping into a flow, we don't want to let any of this energy in, okay? Tree of Life. Clarify the Tree of Life for pile number 3. Stable structure is what I'm hearing. We have the Three of Wands. Feels like long-term plan. Actions being taken towards a long-term plan that is providing strong foundation, strong stability. Yeah. This feels like whatever it is that you're beginning to grow, to create, to nourish, to journey into, to, I don't know what this is. Whatever, it just feels like something that's going to be stable, and it feels something very like longevity, okay? Now, Door to Spirit, let's clarify the energy of Door to Spirit. We have the energy of Temperance. So again, this very energy of like this opening, this assistance, this, it's very ethereal. It's very like divine assistance almost, dare I say. That's the energy that it's giving me, okay? So it feels blessed. Let's just put it at that. Like your creative journey from here feels blessed from this point on. So let's go ahead and get some closers for you. Actually, let me take a quick water break. Okay. Additional messages for pile number 3, please. Are there any additional messages? Keeping these, leaving those. And then this other deck. Pile number 3, additional closing messages in regards to creative energy, regards to creative pursuits. Pile number 3. There we go, okay. I thought I got 3. Did I not get 3? What? I could have sworn I had already gotten 2 of this deck. Let me get one more. Okay. Your animal messages, pile number 3. We have card 48, Porcupine Spirit, time for a beginner mind. Yeah, I do think you're in the beginning stages of this flow, so there may be challenges, there may be obstacles in regards to really like getting the hang, right? Of some different experience, some different energy, some different flow that you're experiencing in your life. So, time for a beginner mind. Otter Spirit, you were never alone. Yeah, that was the energy that was coming out, right? You were never alone, okay? Swan Spirit, time for a deep dive. Trader, exchange energy to create abundance. This feels, I'm hearing a Full Metal Alchemist, the law of equivalent exchange. So something about that. Okay. Warrior, be fearless and stand strong. And then we have Druid, hold the space. I feel like deep breaths, holding space in acceptance and sort of like really anchoring yourself into this current reality. Because I feel like new things are opening up for you. This is new territory. But it feels good. I feel very optimistic. I don't feel you like scared. I just feel like you like not giving yourself enough credit and perhaps beating yourself down every now and then in your mind. That's what I'm getting. Take that only if it resonates. But that's what I got for you, pile number 3. I hope you resonated with your messages. Until we vibe again.